In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to import hymns text from the Glory to God hymnal. In the IRC, we purchased this projection edition of the hymnal with the words only, and it was my hope that we could easily import the database of lyrics into the software, but unfortunately it's not that simple. And I would do it, but I don't have time to do 800 some hymns this way. So what I'm going to recommend and show you how to do is how to import a particular hymn, and hopefully, after a while of doing this, we'll have most of the hymns that we use for chapel within the database, and that way you can just type in what hymn number you want. But until that time, you'll have to import the hymns one-on-one, and it doesn't take long, but it is just kind of an extra step in the process that I wasn't anticipating. So we're going to go back into our Media Shout program and go to our Lyrics tab, which is right here with the two music notes. So here we have the Media Shout library, which has a lot of kind of free available hymns that we don't need permission to use. And then there's a subsetting called Presbyterian Hymnal, which I created. And see, I've already imported 4 hymns into the software from the hymnal. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go to File. Well, first of all, let's create a new script just to have this here. We're going to go to File and then Import and PowerPoint Slides. So the way that the hymnal committee or whoever the publisher is for the hymnal made this is that you can use PowerPoint slides with the text already in there or PDFs. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to import the PowerPoint slides to turn them into this set of lyrics. I'm going to navigate to where these hymns are saved, which is in this PC, in our hard drive, users, public, My Shout, Media Shout 5, and then WJK, words only, hymns for projection. And then you'll see just this list of folders with the hymn numbers and then the name of the hymn. So I'm just going to go through and randomly choose one. Let's do Christ Has Made the Sure Foundation. I'm going to double click on that, and we see the PowerPoint file for the lyrics. I'm going to click on that and click Open. So what it's done is it's gone through and it's found the lyrics within this PowerPoint. We're going to check all of them because we want to import all the lyrics. And see here where it says Q type, you can choose a few. We're going to check lyrics because that's what we're working on right now. We'll leave the template as it is for now. If you want to see more details on how to edit slides, the backgrounds, the templates, then watch that particular tutorial. After we've checked all of these, we're going to click Next to import them. Now this is where you add some of the metadata for the hymns. This will allow you to search for a hymn number or a hymn name and allow you to find it more quickly after you've already entered it. So here's kind of the basic information, and we don't need to enter all of this, but there are a few things that will be really helpful to have. The first is, of course, the title. It's pretty easy to do this. We're just going to highlight the title over here on the left. And if you navigate up here and click to the right of this title blank, there's some ellipses there that you can't see for some reason. But if you click on the far right of that blank, now you can see the ellipses. It's going to go ahead and import the hymn title that we've highlighted here. And I'm going to do the same thing here for Q name. I think it makes the most sense to have the title there. I'm skipping the author and copyright information, but it would be helpful to have the page number in the hymnal, 394. I'm going to highlight that and then click on this page, the ellipses area again, and that's going to import the 394 so we can search for that later. The next thing to do is to assign it to the Presbyterian Hymnal group. Then we're going to click Next. Over here we have our text and lyrics here, and then you can use this to kind of add the different verses, and I'll show you how to do that. First of all, I want to clean this up so all we see are the lyrics, which means that we're going to delete this metadata information at the top. And for some reason, it also adds it here after the first verse as well. We'll delete that. And so here we have clearly, the verses, the 4 verses. So first of all, we want to designate what is verse 1. And this right here that I'm going to highlight is verse 1. So I've highlighted that, and I'm just going to click verse. And it's going to cut that out and put it down here under verse 1. For verse 2, we're going to do the same. Highlight verse 2 and click verse. Highlight verse 3, click verse. And highlight verse 4 and click verse. So here we have all the possible contents of the song. And remember, a lot of the churches that are going to be using this sort of software are these big mega churches with praise songs where, the verse order changes from Sunday to Sunday. They might add bridges in or choruses. For the most part, our hymns in this hymnal are just going to be, verses with an occasional refrain or chorus. So what we want to do is choose the play order for this particular Sunday that we're going to be singing. I go ahead and click this delete button to clear out what's already there. And what you're going to do next is you're going to add in the order that you want them to play. So verse 1, naturally, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4, and then the title. We'll put the title at the top. I'll show you a quicker way of doing this in just a little bit. And then we'll click import. And you can go ahead and import more slides if you want to do all, say, 3 or 4 hymns for that particular service. But we're going to go ahead and click OK. And so here we have Christ has made the sure foundation. And it's already entered it into our Q script for the Sunday. And we can click the down arrow and see that it's added all the different verses. If we run the script, we can see that Christ has made the sure foundation and click on through. It's that easy. Say if you want to find a hymn that's already in the index, you can go in the search box and type in, let's say, foundation, because that's the hymn we want to find. And look, it's found it right there. And what you may want to do, if you want to check to see if the hymn's already in the database, say after it gets pretty large, just type in the hymn number. So let's say if we wanted God the Sculptor of the Mountains, which is hymn 5, I'm just going to type 5 and hit enter. And you can see that that shows up first, although Holy, Holy, Holy may have a 5 in the hymn number as well. I'm going to go ahead and add another hymn and do this a little bit more quickly so you can see that this actually doesn't take forever and it's not a huge chore to do, even though I wish we didn't have to. So import PowerPoint slide. I'm going to go back up to our list of hymns, our folders here, and let's just choose let's do Will You Let Me Be My Servant, number 727. So we'll open that. Open that. And again, we want to just check all these boxes here to import all the songs or all the slides. We change this to lyrics, and that's very important to make sure that it goes in the lyric library and not in another place. We'll click next. And again, we want to do our metadata. So let's copy the title of the hymn, put it these 2 places. Let's copy the number of the hymn and paste it there. And we want to choose Presbyterian Hymnal Group. Click next. We delete the metadata that we don't want to actually show up, like so. And here we have our very many verses. This is kind of a longer hymn. I'm just going to highlight each of these paragraphs basically. And you want to make sure that one paragraph is the whole verse, because sometimes a verse could be 2 or 3 paragraphs, and you would want to make that a whole just one verse instead of, say, 3. All right, we have our 7 verses, and I'm going to go ahead and clear out the page order because I don't particularly like this user-created page to show up. And one way to do this faster is just to add these backwards, and that way you don't have to drag it. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we want our title to be first. And click import. And again, you could always add more hymns later, but we'll click OK. And will you let me be my servant is right down here. And now it is forever in our library of hymns that you can choose from and present from. And that's all there is to it, to adding hymns to this lyric library in MediaShout.